Thank you for tuning into our channel. Please hit that like button if you like anime. Please subscribe and share with others so we can continue to grow and entertain you better. Now back to the show.
Chapter, Eyes in the Shadows, The Beetles of Morse. The opulent war room of Emperor Kael'zar still buzzed with the heat of frustration, the embers of Vegeta's victory smoldering in the minds of the elite. The final words of their bitter exchange echoed under the vaulted ceiling. Emperor Kael'zar, brushing his cape aside, turned toward the corridor. Increase security in the lower chambers. The next phase begins tonight. And Fenthos, see to it that your next batch is ready. Lord Fenthos, the white-suited scientist, bowed his head slightly, the sigils on his pulsating jacket faintly with bio-coded energy. As you command, my Emperor. The latest infusion of Scion and Angel DNA is stabilizing. Soon, the perfect hybrid will rise. Kael'zar's eyes narrowed. Then they shall tremble. As the group dispersed, none of them noticed the tiny flicker of light that darted upward along the pillar. A micro-sized scarab beetle, crafted by the hand of Lord Morse himself, its iridescent wings nearly invisible, clung silently to the shadows. Moments earlier, as Vegeta strode off the arena floor, the beetle had detached itself from his armored collar, one of 3 enchanted scarabs Morse had secretly implanted during their brief return from the festival realm. Just in case, Morse had whispered to Conqueror. We plant them where even angel eyes won't see. They'll report back everything we need. The beetle, empowered with ancient cloaking runes and divine tracking glyphs, moved unseen, its senses locked onto Fenthos. Inside the forbidden lab, Fenthos stepped into the hidden laboratory. The walls pulsed faintly with divine circuitry, veins of angelic runes and synthetic conduits merged into a grotesque display of technological blasphemy. Floating in suspended stasis pods were unholy fusions, scion frames laced with glowing wings, humanoid creatures with silver veins of angel essence, and one central pod, still shrouded. Fenthos, approaching a console, spoke softly to himself. Phase Omega is accelerating. With enough power, the construct should reach sentient stability. Perhaps even, divine sentience. He chuckled. What the gods denied us, we'll create ourselves. The beetle perched just above the console's upper conduit, recording it all, feeding the information to the divine sphere of Lord Conqueror's chamber. The angelic cube. Far above the Colosseum, floating high in the thermosphere, cloaked in celestial shielding, sat a cube imperceptible to mortal eyes, a throne room of light and silence. Inside, 3 angels stood around a glowing sigil in discussion. Dominic, Tila, and Cyan, flanked by the silent yet savage destroyer Raggle, a feline warbrute cloaked in divine armor. Cyan, peering into a scrying pool of light. Their victories are mounting. And now, Vegeta dares unleash destruction on the tournament floor? Tila, voice calm and venomous. The crowd adores them. Too much. That's dangerous. Dominic, impatient. Let me strike them now. Their power is rising too fast. Goku is tempered, but Vegeta, he's chaos waiting to erupt. Raggle, finally speaking, his voice like gravel grinding underfoot. Then let him erupt. I want him to burn everything in his path. When he's weak, I'll break him myself. As they spoke, a faint pulse shimmered in the air behind them. The cube's defensive layers, invisible to most, twitched. Unseen, a second scarab beetle phased through their barriers. Crafted from a sliver of celestial stone and moondust, this beetle wasn't just invisible, it was interwoven with divine frequency. It clung to the corner of the cube, its rune eyes absorbing every word. Conqueror's Sphere Room. Back in the throne chamber of Lord Conqueror, the sphere pulsed with new images, the Emperor's lab, the angel's floating cube, and the destroyer Raggle's grim hunger. Conqueror leaned forward, one hand gripping the side of the viewing orb, the storm in his eyes matching the storm brewing across realms. They dare to play gods. Morse, entering behind him with 2 steaming mugs of celestial brew. I warned you. Their ambition was never about order. It's about replacing us. All of us. Conqueror turned, seething. Then we replace their entire reality. If they want to create divinity, they'll meet true gods in battle. Morse, setting the mugs down. I'm just waiting for Goku to punch one of them through the atmosphere. Then we'll toast again. They both watched as the scarab in the angel cube caught a final line from Raggle. Raggle. We unleash our firstborn soon. The hybrid. Let the crowd fall in love with it, then let it consume their champions. The orb pulsed black. Conqueror. That's our target. Morse. Soon, the gods will descend. Conqueror. And we won't ask for permission. The orb before him shimmered, displaying the scarab beetle's journey as it infiltrated the Emperor's inner sanctum. Beside him, Lord Morse observed intently, a sly smile playing on his lips. Lord Conqueror, their audacity knows no bounds. Experimenting with angelic DNA to challenge the very fabric of the celestial order. Lord Morse, fools they are. But their folly paves the path for our retribution. The Scions, with Goku and Vegeta at the forefront, are primed. Yet, the angels, they remain an enigma. Lord Conqueror, clenching his fist, Vegeta's prowess as a destroyer is undeniable. Goku's connection to the angels adds another layer. But these abominations the Emperor crafts, abominations that dare to mimic divinity. Lord Morse, with a glint in his eye, once the charade concludes, I see potential in mentoring Vegeta. His fire, it's reminiscent of our own beginnings. The orb's vision shifted, revealing the clandestine labs where Scion, angelic, and human essences intertwined in grotesque experiments. Lord Conqueror, voice dripping with disdain, they seek to dethrone Lord Zeno with these creations. Their hubris will be their undoing. Lord Morse, chuckling darkly, a grand battle awaits. Justice, long overdue, shall be served. Meanwhile, within the cavernous halls of the Scion refuge, Goku and Vegeta reflected on the day's events. Goku, between bites, that fight was something else. What's next, you think? Vegeta, arms crossed, their roster is thinning. None possess the strength to truly challenge me. But, during battle, I sensed a disturbance. Another destroyer's presence, simmering with anger. Goku, pausing, now that you mention it, I felt it too. The angels are watching. Carvas approached, mug in hand. Carvas, a decade past, I glimpsed a destroyer here. A leopard-like being, fierce and formidable. Vegeta, smirking, I've been trained by the best. He'll be no match. Eavesdropping nearby, Lord Beerus and Whis exchanged amused glances, savoring their Scion rum. Lord Beerus, savoring the drink, this elixir, it's potent. Crafted by a destroyer, no doubt. Whis, nodding, indeed. Lord Morse's handiwork. A blend of power and magic. Lord Beerus, contemplative, Lord Conqueror's strength surpasses even Morse. Once this is over, perhaps a sparring session is in order. Chapter 19, Rampage Unleashed, War in the Colosseum. The air in the arena was thick, almost electric. The scent of scorched stone from earlier battles lingered like the breath of a sleeping beast. Then he came. From the west gate, Goku entered calmly, his GI fluttering, his sandals brushing across the ground. His head was down. His smile, faint. But his presence, undeniable. The announcer's voice cracked from excitement. Announcer. And now enters the hero of the hour. the Earthborn warrior, Goku. The crowd erupted. But before the applause could echo back off the walls, the east gate blew open with a mechanical slam. Clank. Thud. Clank. A titan emerged, Rampage. Clad in jagged, black and orange tactical armor, his orange helmet gleamed under the sunlight. His cybernetic limbs hissed and clicked, lined with battle grooves and glowing seams of energy. He wore dark green military-grade pants, dusted with bloodstains from training sessions, and thick, steel-toed black combat boots that cracked the floor with each step. Behind him, 10 others. Creatures. Experiments. Monstrosities. But Rampage walked alone into the center. And stopped. He lifted his head and stared at Goku with glowing red eyes. Goku, tightening his wristband. So, this is what they're throwing at me now, huh? Rampage, gravel voice, distorted through a voice modulator. You will scream like the others. No bell. No count. No warning. The fight begins. Rampage charged like a train, fists swinging with wild precision. The first blow caught Goku's forearm with a metallic crack that echoed through the arena. Goku spun, catching Rampage's next punch in his palm, barely. Goku, thinking. He's fast, and heavy. Rampage didn't wait. He twisted mid-combo, driving a cybernetic elbow into Goku's ribs. Sparks flew. Goku grunted, skidding across the stone floor, boots screeching. Goku. TCH, okay. Not holding back. With a blast of blue light, Goku turned Super Saiyan, pure golden and radiant. The second round began, faster, sharper. Goku vanished, poof, and reappeared behind Rampage, launching a spinning kick. But Rampage was ready. He twisted, caught Goku's leg, and slammed him into the arena wall. The wall cracked. Rampage, growling. Not strong enough. Goku, smiling mid-pain. Not yet. Level up, Super Saiyan Blue. The ground quaked. In an instant, Goku's golden aura shifted, blue lightning danced across his body. His eyes turned piercing red. He had become Super Saiyan Blue. Goku, cracking his neck. Alright, let's dance. They collided mid-air, fist to fist, a thunderclap of energy. Rampage ducked low and swept Goku's legs. Goku flipped mid-air and blasted a blue key bolt. Rampage blocked with an X-guard, then charged through the blast. Boom! Rampage launched a combo, right hook, uppercut, spinning elbow. Goku dodged, countered with a knee to the gut, then palm struck Rampage's jaw, sparks flying from the metal. Rampage's system stuttered. His helmet flickered, recalibrated, then he growled in distorted rage. Rampage. System override, unleashing protocol kill. He fired a pulse blast from his chest. Goku barely flipped away, his boots smoking from the heat. Goku, serious. Okay, time for my new trick. Dragon Cannon, the end of Rampage. Goku stood firm. He cupped his hands, drawing in energy, but this time, not for a Kamehameha. The ground cracked under his feet. Energy spiraled around him, flickering like a dragon's tail. Goku, roaring. Dragon. Cannon. From his palms, a massive, spiraling beam in the shape of a divine dragon exploded forward, roaring with the fury of gods. Rampage, still charging, unleashed his own attack, an unstable spiral of red energy from his chest cannon. They collided mid-air. Rampage's blast held for a second. Then the dragon cannon devoured it, exploding with a blinding flash of blue and gold. When the smoke cleared, only Rampage's exoskeletal legs remained, still in their boots, standing. Silence. Then, announcer, shocked. Goku wins. Unleashed chaos, the experiments go berserk. Suddenly, the 10 creatures behind Rampage twitched. Their eyes flared red. A high-pitched feedback rang across the Colosseum. Creature 1, distorted. Leader, lost. Creature 2. No command, must kill. All 10 erupted into a metallic scream and charged at Goku, some leaping from walls, others firing wild blasts. Goku, eyes narrow. Oh come on. As blasts neared, Goku prepared to deflect, then a thunderous aura dropped beside him. Vegeta, coldly. Kakarot. Let's give these tin cans a lesson in justice. Goku and Vegeta, annihilation begins. Goku leapt into action, Super Saiyan Blue aura flaring. One experiment jumped high, Goku blasted it mid-air, sending it spiraling in flames. Another rushed, Goku caught it, flipped, and kicked its spine into the stone, crushing it with a seismic crack. A third and fourth creature fired energy in unison. Goku blurred, dodged mid-air, and palm struck their heads together. Metal caved. Sparks flew. 4 down. Vegeta, Wrath of the Prince. Vegeta, growling. Time to show them the fury of a true Saiyan. He took to the air, aura crackling like a storm. First creature punched into the earth like a comet, ground shattered. Vegeta, cold. Too slow. He formed a purple orb, Hakai. Tossed it at the second one, it screamed before vanishing in violet fire. Mid-air, Vegeta teleported, appearing in front of another. He blasted a Haikai into its gut. The blast expanded inside the creature, and it disintegrated from the inside out. Another lunged at him from behind. Vegeta spun, axe kicked its skull, then grabbed it by the leg and threw it through the Colosseum wall. The final 2 charged from both sides. Vegeta held out his arms. 2 blasts of concentrated destruction fired from each hand, striking both creatures in the chest. They twisted, screamed, exploded in a rain of sparks and metal. The arena was in ruins. Steam rose from smoking debris.
Are you not entertained?
The crowd stood in stunned
Prince of all
silence.
Saiyans!
Then the cheer built like a tsunami. Crowd. Vegeta. Goku. Freedom. Goku, panting. Well, that was wild. Vegeta, smirking. Oof. They'll need more than that if they want to stop us. And above it all, in the Emperor's royal box, silence. No clapping. No applause. Just trembling. Because now, the crowd didn't fear the tyrants anymore. They believed in the Saiyans.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more DBZ Multiverse 16.